Shout out Meg Thee Stallion. Is that the reason? Systematic racism. He's not even from the U.S. He's from Canada. I hope ICE is listening and watching what's going on because his tail needs to be deported right back to Canada or wherever country he came from. Make an example out of him. Hey, Pinky Temple. Like, this is ridiculous. You better be careful what you wish for, Black woman, because this is what you get. Be careful what you wish for because you may just get it. Now, do you see what happens when you sit there and cover for them? You see what happened when you cape? You put on this big cape because you want to be Captain Save-A-Ho to the Black community, and they're using you up. They're using you, and they're abusing you, and they're trashing you. They're killing you, and yet you still think it's normal. It's to the point where even Black women think it's okay to coddle their sons and treat their daughters like crap. This is what happens when you turn around and you worship your sons, let him get away with everything. Treat your daughter as if she's less than, and then she gets out there in the real world and she ends up getting with these dusty ass dudes, okay? Because you didn't teach her the right thing, because you didn't give her any value in her life. You didn't show her that her life is valued and worth it, all for the sake of being with a Black man. This is what you're teaching your daughters. It's embarrassing. And this is another reason as to why yesterday I said that mammies are very dangerous to Black women. You keep believing that they're not. Why is she even dealing with him? Why is Megan dealing with him? You see what I'm saying, addiction? They don't even want to work. They know that their time is up. If you don't believe that they're devils in the flesh, then something is wrong with you. If you don't believe that they're devils in the flesh, then something is wrong with you. You keep playing with the devil. You know what, Carnisha? I don't. You say I don't believe in the strong Black woman stereotype. I hate that label. I do too. Hey, Jana. Anyone that is not a mammy would not be okay with the Black woman stereotype. Just not. No. Just no. What Meg needs to do is stop hanging around people like that. That's what she needs to do. This is why I said you got to be careful with the company that you have. Be careful about the company that you keep. Don't make excuses for them. This gives them a reason to mock Black women's safety. Then you have some mammies that think it's okay to minimize what we're going through. They keep playing with their lives. They keep taking them in, throwing them away, taking them back, throwing them away. You want to know why people don't take Black women seriously? You wonder why they don't take us seriously when we call the police? Because you don't have enough Black women that's smart enough to call the police and give protection when something is being done. They sit there and harass you. They sit here and threaten you, and you just sit there and laugh. No, maybe he's just joking. No. So when you're doing that, Black women, just know that you're basically minimizing our pain. You're doing that. And it really pisses me off when you have some women that turn around and say, well, I don't think that because it happened to one person, it didn't happen to me. Get the hell up out of here. Hey, Lion, I believe it. Makes absolute sense. Addiction says, most of the time, do you notice that the daughters of the mammies ignore the ones that end up taking care of the man? I hate you too. Taking it to the mammy mother later on while the sons move on and ignore the mammy mom. All the time. Virgo says she got rid of the dusties. That's what you're supposed to do. Pink says, I told my mammy mom she's going to the nursing home. I wouldn't even told her. She would have just gone. Jana says, Meg will not learn on Saturday Night Live. She talked about protecting Black women, but then the dummy added protect Black men. The fudge? See, this is what I'm talking about. This is the mammyism that I'm talking about. Hey, Poseidon. So like legit, You sitting here saying protect black women, but then in the same breath talking about protect the same males that basically, excuse my language, effed you up. You stupid. This is what I'm saying. This is why they don't take black women's pain seriously. This is why they think that they can keep doing what they're doing to us. Due to the fact that you have black women, they get beat up by these dudes, damn near murdered. Okay, they're treated like trash. Make excuses for him and then turn around and say, "No, please protect them. You have so many things going on. We got to protect them." You see what I'm saying? This is why I say you need to stay away from these mammies, black women. I'm telling you, these mammies will get you killed. Anyone with common sense would not be supporting mammies, point blank in the period. You just not. And so, what is it with Meg Thee Stallion? Third time's a charm. You already defended another Dusty Naked before, but he did you dirty. Okay, you defended this Dusty Naked, so that's number two. What is it? Third time's a charm for her. This is why I said don't birth them, don't procreate with them. Why are you creating a group of people that hate you? They grow up to hate you. They don't like you. They tell you that all day, every day. They show you based on their actions, based on the way they speak to you, based on the way they treat you. What part of that you don't understand, black women? Hey, everyone that just came in, please make sure you get the likes up. If you're not a troll, get the likes up when you come in. And if you haven't subscribed to get more content like this, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure. Huh, you are absolutely right about that, Lion. She said, you know how the Bible says that Lucifer and his followers were kicked out of heaven? Well, that were the black males. Negro males are Satan's gift to black women. Yeah, can't dispute that. Exactly, no. When I say expand your options, I'm talking about to non-black men exclusively. Them dusties should not be included in your dating pool if you were smart. So I understand black women. This is what they're doing. So you keep minimizing your pain by sitting here defending these dusties and see what you get. See what you get when you're sitting here making excuses for them. If you notice, they did it back then. If you think about it, they did it back then, back in the day. When your grandmother, your great grandmother was being abused by these nigger males, and she still covered for him, still made excuses as to why he cheated on her, still made excuses why he put hands on her. Oh yeah, domestic violence was a very, very serious thing back then. And back then it was even worse. Women didn't have a voice. Their lives were a living hell. You don't believe me? If your grandparents or great grandparents were alive, ask your grandmother or great grandmother what life was like with her back in the day, and she'll tell you. They don't have a reason to lie. Hey, Lord Tevek and everybody. That's what I said, addiction. My daughters are not allowed to date them. Period. We've already had this discussion with them. It's a no. Exactly, Jana. He could have killed her. Ridiculous. And this is why Blackistan is destruction. It equals destruction, because what other group of women sit there and protect their men when they do cowardly crap like this? Oh, that's right, black women. I'm sorry to hear that, Temple, and that's why I said exactly what I said. She said her late grandfather abused her late grandmother. See what I'm saying? It was a big thing back then. This didn't just begin a few years ago. 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Ask your grandmothers or great grandmothers, if they're alive, what life was for them back in the day, messing with them. And I guarantee you they would tell you the exact same thing I'm saying right now. And they just put up with it, treating them bad. They just pumped and dumped them literally. Doesn't matter if they're married or not. They pumped and dumped them. Left them to take care of all those kids. And you know, back in the day, they birthed a lot of children. Okay, it was normal back in the day to have large families. They pumped and dumped them while they cheated on them and beat them, did all these things to them, treated them like trash, and they stayed around. And yet, many of these same women from their generation are the same ones telling you today to keep making excuses for them. This is ridiculous. No, Afro Latinos addiction? No, they're the same. They're the same. They are the same. If you are going to date a Latino man, he better not be Afro Latino. Because I will tell you this, they have the same mindset as these neighbors all over the world. This is why I said they're all the same, especially the Hispanos, Dominicanos, all of them. They're the same. Afro Latino, yeah, they're the same. They have the same mindset. They have the same mindset. This is why I don't believe in that date within your diaspora crap. You really think by traveling to Africa or somewhere in the UK where there's like a large black population, things are going to be the same? No. Not only do they treat you like crap, they're very colorist. I'm just saying. Yep, Poseidon, the secret was kept for years like the CIA. That's why I don't believe that dating within the diaspora, blah blah blah, because they're the same. Why do you think, especially in the African nations, what do you think is a problem? They treat their woman like crap. They treat them like property. They don't treat them as wives. They don't have any respect for them. They treat them as property. Hey, Incognito, and everyone that came in. In the islands, especially Jamaica, oh yeah, they have high instances of domestic violence. And yet you literally have mammies telling you, oh yeah, as long as you date within your diaspora, it's okay. Really? The fudge? Hi, artifaries. Like, no, don't say that. Be honest with black women. Be honest with black women. They're the same no matter where they are in the world. They even go to these European nations thinking that they can do the same thing to their women. This is why in Greece they threw their asses out. They threw them out. They threw them out the boat. Threw their asses overboard like an anchor. You don't go to other people's nations and thinking that you can treat the women the same as you do with women with your phenotype. No. Hey everyone, make sure you get the likes up when you come in. If you're not a troll, and subscribe if you haven't. Please and thank you. And this is why you see, hey Jasmine, this is why you're seeing more and more African women. Okay, that's why you see them dating and marrying out because they know how their men are. They know. They know. Part of area says African nakers equal Wakanda nakers. Goodness gracious. They use you, beat you, they abuse you, they kill you. Keep thinking that they're the exception to the rule. No. How about do yourself a favor? If you want to live and survive black women, you better not include them in your dating pool. Don't even deal with them because clearly you have a problem. Now let's get into the other topic that I said I was going to talk about. White men are tired of Becky. Yes, yes, yes. So, later on at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be doing a video premiere, so make sure you're there for that. So if you don't know anything about Bill Burr, he is a comedian. And the reason why that Becky and Karens are getting mad because basically Bill Burr, who's a white guy married to a black woman, blew up their spot. The reason why Becky's and Karens are mad because now they've been exposed for the troublemakers that they are. So in other words, the Karens and the Beckons, they're the Tyrones of their community, the white community. And now white guys are speaking up. They're speaking out. Now I'm in a DC area, and in my area where I'm at, it's majority white. And put it this way, white guys are tired. They're tired of the Beckys and the Karens. I want you to think about this for a second. Now, tell me if this doesn't seem similar to what we're dealing with, black women. And this is my opinion. And if you are a white guy that's in the comment section, if you disagree, let me know. If you agree, let me know in the comment section. But in my opinion, I feel that they're sick and tired of being hated. They're tired of being blamed for everything. Because every time you turn around, Becky blames the white guy for everything. Mind you, he makes sure that she has luxury, makes sure she's taken care of, makes sure she has power and status. He takes care of her. And yet, he's not being appreciated. And from what I'm hearing, word on the street is that they're tired of Becky and Karen's and their entitled behavior. They're tired of their disrespect. Okay, this is why they push that feminism crap. And this is why I tell women not to turn around and follow that. Because the only reason why they push that feminism stuff is because they wanted to take control. They felt that they were getting attention. Becky and Karen's felt like it wasn't enough. So that's why they did what they did. And let me tell you something. Word on the street also said they really didn't want them. They felt pressured by society to stay with them. But guess what? White guys are sick and tired of Becky and Karen's. And now that they realize that, oh, shoot, black women do want to date and marry us. Uh-oh, it's a wrap. Bye, Becky. This is why you're seeing more and more non-black men getting very comfortable dating and marrying black women. They don't give a crap. So think about it for a second. Don't you think that white guys are dealing with the same thing as black women? Why do you think white guys and black women, their marriages last a lot longer? Because their love is actually genuine, unlike Becky and Tyrone. So black women are dealing with the Tyrones in the communities, and white guys are dealing with the Beckys of the communities. If you're a non-black man in the comment section and you agree what I'm saying, hit one. If you don't agree, tell me why. But in my opinion, and from what I've seen, and from what I'm able to gather from what I'm hearing, these are the reasons. Thank you, Addiction. I'm telling you, Becky's and Karen's are very tired. They are spoiled. They are liars. They are. Someone just texted me. I'm sorry. They are manipulative. They love playing victim. They want everything to be, oh, woe me, I'm the victim. Every time there's something going on, they always have to make it about them. Anytime you talk about black women being beautiful, oh, they got a problem with it. They always make it about them. If you say, oh, black girls rock, or black girls are beautiful, or black women are beautiful, they turn around in the comment section, all women are beautiful. Get the fuck up out of here with that. Don't you get tired of the fact that every time you open up your mouth, you're looking on the internet, on a magazine cover, TV, guess who's plastered over there as the standard of beauty? Yes. Dried up Becky. She's getting mad that there are black women and girls that are way beautiful than her, and they're mad. This is why they get mad at black women who dated marry out, because they know they can't compete against us. Yep, Jay, they're very passive aggressiveness. So For the white guys and non-black men that are listening, I understand. Now I understand why you're tired of them. Now I can see why you did the MGTOW movement, because Becky and Karen's, they have problems. Now I understand. Now I understand why they came up with that MGTOW movement. I don't agree with many of them, but now I understand why they came up with it, because these damn Beckys and Karens are crazy. Hey, Michelle. This is just my opinion. This is what I've noticed. Poseidon says we gave them a pedestal. They gave us a knife in the back. You see what I'm saying? So this is why I say, black women, when these Beckys are getting intimidated by you, ignore them. Ignore them. Of course they're intimidated because they know their time is up. The only ones that worship them are the Negro males. Those are the ones that worship them. No one else worships them. Hey, everybody. I have close to 60 people in here. Please get the likes up. If you're not a troll and you support black women and you understand what I'm saying, get the likes up. Please get the likes up. It just take a second. They are, Carnisha. They're self-entitled. They're self-righteous, thinking that their shit don't stink. Like, girl, bye. They are troublemakers. That's why they got mad at Bill Burr. That's exactly why they got mad at Bill Burr, because he called Becky out. Oh, they were mad. You know the funny thing? I don't even have Twitter, but they were showing some of the articles talking about it, and they posted people's tweets. So you can actually go in there and read the comments. And let me just tell you, majority of people that agreed were white men. They were tired. So for the white men out there, I'm giving you a round of applause. Thank you. Someone needs to call Becky out. Someone needs to knock her ass off of her pedestal. She needs to be knocked down a notch or two, thinking that her stuff doesn't stink. They're the ones that came up with many of the laws that happen today, and it's due to her. They are troublemakers. You could be walking down the street and minding your business, and Becky has a problem with you. I don't even know why these black men are attracted to Becky, but whatever. Go ahead and keep being with them. Because from what I read, it was a story of a black guy the police was called to him just for being in his own house. So you keep thinking that Becky is the best thing in the world. You get everything that you get. You want to throw them in our faces? All right, go ahead and have them. But you know why the white guys are not mad at you? Because they know you took out their trash. They're not mad. They're not mad because they know you took out their trash. These white men know what's up. You dumb. Here it is. You have they hold power, okay? They make sure that you're taken care of. Even if something happens when they die, you're still taken care of, and you don't like it? It's not good enough for you? Girl, you're dumb. That's why I say, go on, black women. Go on ahead and date these non-black men, marry them. Include them in your dating pool. Basically, make your dating pool exclusive to only non-black men only. Get what Becky didn't want. That's why I said they're going to be with them. That's what I said, Jasmine. Let them be. I love how these niggas sit there and look dumb defending Becky. Oh, especially with the one video that went viral of the Becky that basically said that black men don't hold any value. I was cracking up. He was mad. I told you 2020 is the year of karma and everyone is getting what is needed. Okay? I am cracking up with this. Poseidon said this is poetic justice. It is. These damn Beckys are crazy. That's why she and Tyrone get along great. And then when their marriages fall apart, I crack the hell up. Oh, you worship her whiteness, right? That's why she still have you hung on trees like Christmas ornaments. But go ahead and keep doing what you're doing. I'm here for it. Get the popcorn, and in my case, water. I don't drink soda. Get the popcorn and the water ready because I'm here for this. I'm gonna find the video, Jasmine, and then I would put it in the bottom of the description box. But I know Crystal Swirl, shout out to her. She was talking about it, and I know a few other content creators were talking about that video as well. Ironically enough, that video has been around for a while, and for some reason, it just went viral. Exactly. Bella says that's what happens when a group of women have been coddled for so long. They start taking what's been given to them for granted. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Becky has been coddled. These Tyrones have been coddled. Absolutely. And this is why they're getting what they're getting right now. This is why they're getting what they're getting right now. Yep, Pink. And it just went viral. That's what I'm saying. It's weird how you could post a video for years and then all of a sudden it just goes viral. I've been seeing videos that show up in my feed, and that video was made from like 9, 10 years ago. I'm like, that's weird. YouTube and their algorithm. This is why Becky's and Karen's are jealous of black women. They can't compete with us. They don't have what we have. We age gracefully. Unless you're a black woman that's been living a very hard lifestyle, it's very rare that you will find a black woman that did not grace or age gracefully. Very rare. I need you to understand, black women, how much power you have. You don't even realize how much power you have over these Beckys. Yeah, Jay. That's why Tyrone's and the Beckys get along. They both suffer from mental illness. They're both freaking crazy. Sure does, Line. If you think about it, Karen and Acre, they have the same words, same letters, same letters. That's why I say they're a match made in heaven, aka hell. So I am so glad that there are more white guys that are speaking up against these Karens. Thank you. We've been waiting for this moment. Now everything is happening. Black women can be with non-black men and be happy. That's why I support any black woman that is interracially married. And you know what? The crazy thing was not crazy. Bill Burr, his wife is black. She's very pretty, as by the way. Let me see if I can see if I can show you. Let's see if I can find. Um, see if I can find a photo, just in case you guys haven't seen her. See if I can find it. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick screen share, just in case you haven't seen her. All right, can you guys see this? So this is Bill Burr, the actor or the comedian that basically put Becky on blast on Saturday Night Live, and the woman standing next to him is his wife. So are you guys able to see it? So yes, this is another reason why they're mad, because he is married to a black woman. She's not ugly, she's very beautiful. And that's another reason why they're triggered. This is why they're angry. White guys aren't giving them a time of day. They do. They're very beautiful together. You see what I'm saying? So it's funny how you have, this is why I said whenever you see a black woman in an interracial relationship and marriage with a non-black man, yeah, she's very beautiful and pretty. That's why they're mad at her. This is why they're mad at her. This is why they're mad. This is another reason why Becky is mad. Because when a black man or when a black woman marries a non-black man, it's definitely an upgrade. Trust. They're a beautiful couple. And what I find interesting is if she was not black, I don't think that they would be making a big deal. But the reason why they're making a really big deal about it now is because his wife is black. That's why Becky's really mad. I want you to think about it for a second. What if his wife was white? Will they still make a big deal? I don't think so. But because she's a black woman and she's beautiful, because they take black women who, especially black ones who are beautiful, as a threat. This is why they're pissed off. Yep, she says I noticed Becky's mixed daughters being more fond of black women who are not their mothers. Very telling. Artivari says, I find it interesting that how MGTOW-minded men are attracted to black women. Maybe it's because we say is what we mean. Yeah, what we mean is what we say. What we say is what we mean. We don't play mind games like these Beckys and Karens. We don't. See, this is the problem. Becky slash Karens and the Tyrones have a problem with people telling them exactly how they are to their faces. They want to play mind games. We don't do that. White guys will tell you right in your face, this is how things are, this is how I am, and blah, blah, blah. Guess who else like that? Black women. Black women are usually straight up with it. We tell you exactly what's on our mind. We don't have time for the mind games. This is another reason why non-black men are attracted to black women. And this is why these Beckys and Karens are triggered. Very triggered. So, yeah, you see it. Oh yeah, Dixon. She says the biracial women that come from Becky's are colors due to their nigger fathers. Yeah. And if you think about it, they have this pure hatred of black girls and women. And I'm gonna tell you guys a true story really quick. So my oldest, when she was in she's 18 now, but when she was in middle school, she had to go to a classmate slash friend's house. They were doing a science project. This girl is also mixed or biracial. Now here's the interesting part. The little girl, she's now 18 now. Her father is a Negro male, and her mother is a Becky. So when she showed up, he all of a sudden treated her differently. Oh, he hated her. See, when she got out the car, because I had to do something in the car really quick. When she got out the car and she rang the doorbell and everything, he saw her. Oh, he was delighted. Till I got out the car and walked right there. He was like, "Oh, what?" Oh, he was mad. He was salty. So he liked the fact that she was biracial. But when he saw that her mother is black, oh, they had a freaking problem. So yes, I do know for a fact that they have problems. Hey, Nani, these are facts. Hey, everybody. So if you guys could do me a favor, if you're not a troll and you are supportive of my content, you got to get the likes up. Please get the likes up. If you like the content that's being produced so far, please get the likes up. I'm going to have to assume that you're a troll or you're a black woman hater if you don't get the likes up. Yeah. And let me tell you something. Normally, when a black woman with her non-black man, they have children. They don't sit there and discuss nigger males all day long. They don't sit there and trash them. They just don't care. But with these Beckys, they sit there with these nigger males and talk trash about black women. This is one of the reasons as to why they get together, because they bond over the fact that they don't like black women. They bond over the fact that they don't like black women. This is why they're a match made in heaven slash hell. Like, this is just ridiculous here. And please do a favor. Please make sure you share as well. Please continue to share the content. Because let me tell you, these people are sitting here trying to shut us down and try to keep us silent. It's not going to work. Black women, do your part. Share the content. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Yeah, I noticed that addiction. If a biracial child has a black father, then he's okay. But if she has a mother who's black, they have a problem. Right. Bella said thank you. She said if you're not donating to a channel, at least you can do is hit the like and subscribe. I agree. And by the way, I do have a super chat option. So if you guys ever want to highlight your comment, you can hit the super chat option. I've had some people ask me about my Cash App. You can show some love there if you want to. It's not a requirement. I gotta put it out there. Because you'll have some people say, oh no, I gotta donate. No, never said that. Exact. And here's the thing. Like you were saying, this is why they say the Dusty said that if you're going to be with a biracial woman, make sure that the mother is white or non-black, and the father's black. Notice they have a problem if the woman is biracial and her mother is black, because they know that normally she's being taken care of by her mother, and she tells them everything about these Dusties. This is one of the reasons as to why they turn around and say if you're going to be with a biracial mother, make sure that she's white or anything other than black. Let me tell you something. They have a problem with Meghan Markle because her mother is black. They have a problem with her. Now, if her father was black and the mother was white, they wouldn't have a problem. But because her mother is black, they have a problem with her. You see how stupid they are? They think that people aren't able to catch on, but that's what it is. They don't have a problem with Meghan Markle if her mother, that's why they love Holly Berry. Think about it. They love and worship Holly Berry. You know why? Because her father is black and her mother's white. Despite the fact that he's a greaseball, he didn't take care of his responsibility. They love him. You want to know why they love Tiger Woods? Because his father is black. You want to know why they love Obama? Because his father is black. They have a hatred for biracial people when the mother is black. See, the only reason why they, as far as here in Tamara, okay, and I want you to think about it. The only reason why they have a problem with Tamara is because she married a white guy. The reason why they don't have a problem with Tia is because she's married to a black guy. But the only reason why the Tia gets a pass because she's married to a black guy. But let me tell you something. The reason why they have a problem with Tamara is number one, she's married to a white guy. And number two, their mother is a black woman, a dark-skinned black woman. And the only reason why Tia got a pass from these niggers in the black community is because she married a black dude. Tell me I'm lying. He is, but they give him pass because he's a black guy. Hey Virgo, so if your name is highlighted in green, that means you're a monthly channel member, or do you have the channel membership? That's all. You can join the channel membership if you want to. Because what I also do for those who are channel members, they get special perks, and I actually have something in store for them too. But it's not a requirement. Yep. Tamara is aging way better than Tia. No lie. I don't need a Barbie. But they love those niggers. Hey, Kay. But absolutely. But like I said before, if you are a biracial woman and your mother is black, they have a problem with you. I'm just saying, believe me or not, they have a problem with you if your mother is black, they have a problem with you. That's why now they have a problem with black males dating biracial women. The only reason they don't have a problem with it is if the mother is white or non-black. If her mother is black, they won't touch you. I mean, they'll have sex with you, but they don't want to do anything serious with you. Elevator says we have to unite. Unite with who? Get the. She needs to get hit by a bus. That's what she needs to do. Oh yeah, I believe in Couture Bay. Yeah, he is the breadwinner. He's a fat. She's the breadwinner. Absolutely. Yep, Kia. Uh-huh. It's dumb. Mm-hmm. Artifact said at one time they wanted biracial women regardless of what the mother is. Now that they've changed that criteria, because didn't I tell you they keep moving the goalposts? Now, if she is even to be considered, her mother needs to be non-black. If her mother is black, even if you think about it, if her mother is biracial, oh, they don't want you. This is why they're mad because they don't want me to tell you this. No, Tamara married a white guy. Tia didn't. Tia's husband is black. Tamara's husband is white. Oh yeah, they do. They have a YouTube channel. I forgot about it. Exactly. They make no sense, Pink. Make no sense. They don't have any common sense. I'm telling you, common sense is not their freaking forte. This is why they're doing everything they can to shut me down. Because they don't like for the truth to be told. Quiet as it's kept, that's what it is. Hey, Queen Sagittarius, she said, why would anyone want to be wanted by them? It's a blessing not to be wanted or preferred by them. That's what I said. It's a blessing, not a curse. I don't know why women are crying about not being preferred by them. Do you understand what you're saying? Whenever I hear a woman saying that, a black woman saying that, hey Caramel, I just don't understand it. Like, why would you be wanted by a group of men that don't want you? You should be happy with the fact that they don't want you. Rejection is God's protection. I've made a video of talking about that a while back. You have to understand, and not everything is, you're not supposed to have everything. Understand everything happens for a reason. Now, here's the thing. We're at a time where everyone is finding things out, and our voices are finally being heard, and people are actually seeing what we've been saying as Black women for a long time. And then you still have that small percentage of those that's still trying to hold on to that crap. They'll never get it. That's why I said these mammies will never get it. They'll never learn. This is why we need more platforms like this. Because you still have a percentage of those who like being brainwashed. It's a blessing, not a curse. But the mammies, the ones that's still holding on to that mammified behavior and that mindset, they don't understand it. They don't understand it, which is sad. But they're going to have to learn on their own. There's nothing wrong with a black woman's skin tone. It's amazing how unique we are. This is another reason why non-black men are attracted to black women. We come in so many shades and flavors. It's crazy. You don't see this with other groups of women. We are unique. I need black women to understand this. We are unique. We come in at least 50 shades of brown. We stick out and in a good way. This is why these non-black women are very envious of us. And I don't understand how black women don't understand how it's a blessing. They don't get it. Why are you crying over those that don't want you because of your skin tone? Yep. See, Caramel, that's why I say over 50. And albino too. You're absolutely right. We have so many things that are in our favor, black women. When are you going to start using that and understanding it? It's crazy. It's pathetic at this point when they're crying about them not wanting you and getting attention. Like it's crazy. Very crazy. So just understand, black women. I mean, it was only so long that you could hold on to the mammyism. You need to learn to let go. Porter Fairy says, don't tell them your secrets on how you get shiny. Then again, they'll just have to bronze it up. Mm-hmm. They do. They end up procreating with these Tyrones because they hope they have this melanin and they can't get it. Oh, yeah, that's right. Lala and Janet, you're absolutely right. That's the other thing. The reason why they don't like these biracial women, let me tell you why. They don't like them because they're not interested in black men. If you are a biracial woman and you have a non-black man as interest, they don't like you. If you don't worship the ground that they walk on, they don't like you. You don't understand that? For the biracial women that are listening, because I'm pretty sure there are plenty, you really think that I'm telling a lie? No. They like you if you worship them. They like you if you fetish, if you worship them. They don't like you if you prefer non-black men. Look at Doja Cat. They are trashing her still because she says she don't date black dudes. They call her a swirler. How the hell is she a swirler when she's biracial, you dummies? You just can't explain logic to some of these people. Oh, the Kardashians family? Yeah, let me tell you something. They love that melanin so much, and they are so envious of black women. They will do everything they can get a piece of that pie. Why do you think they keep procreating with black men? And Rob, I'm surprised he chose the woman that he chose to have a child with. Even her mother. Now she's with a Tyrone. And he's like 20 some years old younger than her. Caramel says, why is it every time a mammy prays that the baby will be a boy at the gender reveal? It's it because they don't like girls. They don't like their own reflection. This is why when they end up having daughters, they're jealous of them. This is why they treat their daughters like crap. Daughters aren't allowed to grow up in the black community. They're not allowed to be girls. They're supposed to be grown women from the time they hit puberty. In regards to the boys, they're able to be a kid and still be a kid as an adult. This is why they're hoping to pray as a boy. This is why you have some of them saying it's harder to raise a girl than a boy. I actually have both, so I don't think it's hard either way. But no, people say that as a reason to not want girls. I don't understand that. You elevated. I don't understand that. So you, I'm not saying you in particular, but I'm just saying, why do some of these dumb dumbs say that? Okay. You claim you don't like the Tyrones, the way they treat you, disrespect you, and you said that black women should elevate and leave them alone, right? But then at the same time, you say you don't want to date non-black men because you're prejudiced. The fudge, you do know that these Tyrones are the most prejudiced ones out there, right? I mean, this is why they still have colorism going. This is why they're discriminating against you based on your skin tone. How dumb are these women? Like, are you kidding me? So you don't want to interracially date because supposedly you said that they're prejudiced when in actuality these Tyrones, these dusty Tyrones are the most prejudiced ones out there. This is why they teach about the white devil and white supremacy from the time their baby's in the mother's womb. And then you turn around and complain about how they treat you when they literally discriminate against you based on your skin tone, which is why colorism is still a thing. Dang, these women are stupid. And yes, if you're a mammy and you take offense by me calling you stupid, it's because you are. I'm not scared of you. Yes, you are stupid. This is why I say mammies are dangerous. And if you have any comments as black women, you better keep away from them too. And again, you have some mammies that are married to non-black men. They're just as dangerous. Like, really? I'm telling you, these mammies are not bright. It's like, hello, is anyone home? So first of all, you're basically throwing that in a non-black man's face, saying, "Oh, all of a sudden they're prejudiced." No, there are some prejudiced ones. Okay, I'm not saying that none of them are. There are some that are, but there's good and bad in all races. So you're basically just going to disqualify a person due to racism when you still deal with that within your own community. They don't even love you based on your skin tone. This is why so many women, black women, are bleaching their skin because in the so-called black communities all over the world, whiteness is worship. They're telling you that your skin tone is not enough. Colorism is a form of racism within the black community, you dummies. Telling you, these people are dumb. Dumb, the dumb, dumb, dumb. And these are the same ones that's preaching white supremacy, these Nacre males and Tyrones, Dusties, whatever you want to call them. They sit there and talk about how white supremacy and systematic racism is X, Y, and Z. Okay, well, if you're so afraid of white supremacy and you hate it so much, why in the fudge are you still procreating with them? Why are you worshiping them? You're still banging them, getting them pregnant, marrying them. So obviously, white supremacy must not be bad. Because if you had any common sense, you would know that Beckys are the queens of white supremacy. They're the ones that they're the ones that helped create the system, and they're the ones that promoted the most. This is why you're being
All right, we want to turn now to really a stunning look at racial bias that you have to see to believe. And this is in real estate. This is coming at a moment that the housing market's still strong during the pandemic and mortgage rates are low. But one family's home appraisal experience is revealing how different it can be for people of color. This is part of ABC's Turning Point, an ongoing series exploring social and racial justice. Here now is our Diane Sawyer.
Very sad about doing this, but kind of wanted to document it.
A woman in Florida is recording the moment she has decided to do something really hard.
because it does seem like one of the few ways that we can achieve economic fairness, by just having my husband be in the house by himself and taking down all evidence that he has a Black family.
Her name is Abina Horton. She is a labor and employment attorney, and this is her husband, Alex Horton, an artist. Last June, they set out to get an appraisal of their home in Jacksonville, Florida, hoping to refinance and pay down the mortgage. A home filled with books and photos and love. Her family, his family. But when the appraiser came, Abina was there and said she felt something unsettling.
It clicked in my mind almost immediately. Why did I let myself forget that I live in America as a Black person and that I need to take some extra steps to get a fair result?
The appraisal comes back. It is shockingly low. Even the bank couldn't make sense of that number. So she decided to get a second appraisal with a new appraiser. Same house, but something different.
Back with another edition of the things that we are taking down from our walls. Pictures of me, Black Panther. The primary thing that we did was remove both me and my son from the home.
When you're doing this, what does that do to the spirit?
It's crushing the spirit, of course. I'm ashamed of it. I'll be honest. And I'm ashamed of the fact that my son will see that this is something that I did. I'm ashamed to say that I really wanted to refinance and pay off my house sooner and have full equity in my home. And so I was willing to put up with that indignity to do it because I knew it was going to be effective.
She took down all the photos of her family, replacing them only with photos of her husband and his white family. And he is the person in the home when the new appraiser comes. And when the second appraisal comes back, the value of their house has shot up more than $100,000, a 40% increase.
It was primarily financial relief. And then I think it was about 15 seconds later when the tears came, because we realized just how much more removing that variable increased the value of our home. To know just how much, me personally, I was devaluing the home just by sitting in it, just by living my life, just by paying my mortgage, just by raising my son there.
Andre Perry, a fellow at the Brookings Institution, studies the effects of discrimination in housing.
What we found after controlling for education, crime, walkability, that homes in Black neighborhoods are devalued by 23%, and cumulatively, that's about $156 billion in lost equity.
So we ask, what will these parents tell their 6-year-old son?
I'm going to be transparent with him.
But do you worry it will in some way make him trim his sails?
Every day I'm concerned about that. I feel as though he's a little boy who should be able to walk into a room, be who he is, be proud of that, and not shrink in any way. But at the same time, I don't want him to get the hard lesson in reality.
I'm Diane Sawyer.
And you can see more of Diane's report tonight on Nightline as part of our Turning Point series, special event focusing on racial issues facing the country, and that is
hung in trees. It's funny how they say youth swirlers are an embarrassment when they are the embarrassments, when they sit there and worship Becky all day long. And then there's another guy, supposedly he was hanging from a tree, and his family said, no, we need to reinvestigate because it was ruled as a homicide. Okay, but you keep dealing with these women that are hanging you from trees. So whatever. That's why I just flipped to the next story. And see, Princess, this is what I'm saying. Princess says YouTube recommended a video with the title "Black Women Don't Keep Their Last Clothes." Yep, YouTube is run by a Becky that hates black women. That's why I tell you. This is why women who are speaking the truth like mine and a few others, they try to keep a silence. That's why I tell you how it's important to subscribe. This is why I say how it's important to get the likes up. Because if you don't do that, they're not going to put in an algorithm. They purposely will unsubscribe you. They will purposely sit there and delete your comment. Anytime that you're putting anything out there in support of black women, they literally shut you down. Oh yeah, addiction. Janice said the same thing. She's a mammy. Wendy Williams, yes she is. Janice says if a black woman has a white husband, she questions them, and she never questions black males with non-black women because she's a hateful mammy, and that's why her nigger male did her dirty. Yep, they sure do, Couture. You said they would delete comments. Let me tell you what YouTube did as well. Now, I've noticed, as I said, as soon as someone makes a comment on my video, if I don't respond to you, it's because YouTube is deleting on purpose. Anytime you speak out in support of black women, they literally delete it on purpose. Why do you think that whenever you hear videos like mine, Crystal Squirrels, and a few others, and we're sitting here supporting black women, they literally, they will literally recommend videos in opposite of what we're talking about. YouTube knows what they're doing. Or they would recommend videos made by a mammy. Yep, Jasmine. That's why I say get the likes up and make sure you subscribe, because what YouTube is doing is unsubscribing people too. Diction. So if you guys could do me a favor, check your subscriptions and make sure you subscribe to my channel. Hi, Marion, because I just got a message from someone saying that YouTube unsubscribed them again. Hey, the beast. Make sure you hit the subscribe button again. Check your subscriptions, and if you notice that I am not subscribed, hit the subscribe button again. Someone just sent me a message saying that YouTube unsubscribed them again. I'm busy. Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're literally doing this on purpose. They don't like when someone's speaking the truth for black women. If you're sitting here speaking out in support of black women and defending them, they have a problem with you. This is why they keep these mammy channels going, and this is why they keep these nigger channels going. If you're a black woman and you speak the truth, they are threatened by you. They are a mess. And they don't even tell people when I'm live. They don't. I literally have to announce to you guys when I'm live, because YouTube will not do its job and tell people that I have live or that I've uploaded content. They're purposely doing this. Oh, Becky is she's getting her karma because these white guys are calling them out, leaving them. Becky is getting her karma. These white guys are tired of her. People are starting to see how these Beckys are like. Okay, so there's like what, close to 70 plus people in here. Please get the likes up. If you don't get the likes up, that means that you don't support black women, you don't support this content, and you are a troll. I hope I'm wrong, but if you do not get the likes up, I'm going to assume you're a troll and that you don't support black women. It's free to do. That's the least you can do. Please get the likes up. Yeah, Jasmine, anytime people have to go through hoops to find my channel. Tell me what they do. Channels like mine, they want to hide. If you're not a mammy, they hide your channels. If you're a mammy, a mule that they can make money off of, they'll show your videos everywhere. Sure did, Anna. You're going to let these nigger males bash and trash black women for years. Clearly, what they're saying is hate speech, but yet they don't have a problem with it. But you're telling black women to date non-black men and waking them up for what's going on in Blackistan, and they all of a sudden have a problem with you. They're scared and threatened. I've been watching that too, Carnese. She said there are the Karen Gone Wild videos. I look at those just for pure entertainment, and I crack up. And at the same time, I shake my head and I said, and yet these are supposed to be the standard beauty for women? I don't think so. Oh yeah, they're trying hard. They don't want black women to leave and do better. They want you to be stuck and constantly be victims. Which is sad, but that's what they're doing right now. But yes, thank you for the super sticker, Barbie. Addiction said, my sister just texted me this morning and said that she's pregnant with her nigger husband baby. Well, good luck with that. What? She hope it's, oh gosh, addiction. Well, she gets what she gets. Thank you, Mary. She gets what she gets. Oh well, I guess she wants this to be a celebratory thing. No, she's just adding to the stress. Hey, Shanice, she's just adding more problems for herself. They don't understand. You keep producing these males that don't like you. Keep thinking that these males. They keep thinking that these males are giving you the exception to the rule. That's why I understand how black women are celebrating. They're like bottom feeders. That's what I'm saying. I don't know why these mammies are celebrating whenever they're pregnant and they're procreating with them. You're basically causing your own demise, but keep thinking it. These are the same ones that are on these subways and streets beating the crap out of you. I read a story the other day about this dusty dude who literally hit an elderly black woman upside her head. He was beating her up. She didn't know anything about him, minding her business, and he just goes and assaults her. So you keep procreating with these men and giving them children just to turn around and hate you. Go ahead. That's why I said if you want to elevate, you cannot deal with mammies any way, shape, or form. Family, friends, co-workers, whatever. You just can't. You can't deal with them. You can't reason with them. They won't change. Let them wake up for themselves. Lion said a black male in Chicago killed his mother. Mm. And they just say, this niggas only want boys and no girls. Yeah, you know why? Because they basically don't want to have black girls. You know why? Because they actually want to breed them out. They want them to have black boys so they can turn around and be with non-black women. They don't like black girls. They don't. Princess says, I want to say that any black woman could get a white guy to my cousin. My cousin said, not you. They always have this defeatist attitude because they're not able to obtain something. They think that other black women can. And that's why they're very jealous and envious of black women who actually do have it. I'm not surprised. This is why they're sitting here covering for these niggers. And they want you to have sympathy for them when they get what they get. These people are sad. These mammies will never get it. Ryan. And then when they do have girls, they abuse them. Just like the nigger male that basically killed his own 10-month-old baby. You basically violated her. Then turned around and she died from your injuries. Her, yep. And then what? What white man made you do it, right? Okay. All right. So I need to take care of family. I have other things I need to do, but I will be at the video premiere tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel so that you don't miss it, and hit the like button on the way out. I will see you guys at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and let's continue the conversation below. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you.
She will be lying and going behind your back trying to get you fired, because that's how Becky is. She is very jealous of black women, okay? She really is. And subscribe to my channel, and thank you for listening to this short video. I guess I am totally late on the Bill Burr situation. His name is Bill Burr, B-U-R-R. He's a comedian, and he's married to a black woman. He did a skit on SNL the other night, and he's still facing the cancel culture. You got a lot of white women want to call him out. You got a lot of white women want to say things about what he said about them, but what he said was true. White women were right along with white men in slavery. They were right there in Jim Crow. They played their part. They watched a lot of people die at the hands of white men. Some of those white women killed slaves and killed children that were children of slaves. They did a lot of that. They would beat slaves also. White women did it too. And they said they were more brutal than the white men. So they were right there committing the crimes. And they're still trying to benefit off of white men with their white privilege. You know, because white women do have white privilege, and white men have a little bit of white privilege too. Okay? But white women want to act like she's all about her womanhood, and she's a feminist, and she wants to take down the evil white man. No, you can't call him an animal, and you can't call him a savage when you were right there committing the crimes with him. You was right there doing Jim Crow in your KK uniform. You was right there when the lynching was going on. You was outside watching it. So you're not innocent. No matter how many black men you roll around and lay down with, you figure that black men are going to cover for you. And you will find some stupid black men and some dumbass black feminists trying to cover for white women, when white women are the main ones benefiting from the affirmative action. I believe that's what it's called. They're the main ones benefiting from that. Nobody else. White women. They've been benefiting everything that does with people of color, because they're women. So they try to come and fall right into the category with everybody else and try to step in front of black women like they did back in slavery days. She played her part. She knew that black women and children were being raped and killed, and Becky deserves to be called the fuck out. You have too many black men and too many white men, stupid beta white men, that are willing to protect Becky when she needs to be called out, but she doesn't have no problem laying down with these niggas whenever she gets the chance. She is not fighting for black women like that. In BLM, she just come out there to try to take some of the shine, because she has to be involved with everything that black people do, especially when that black male's around, because she wants to act like she's such a good woman and she's out there trying to fight racism. No, you're not. Because a lot of these white children, they get racism from their mothers. She's the one raising them. She's the one that instills that racist belief and that white supremacy. And I'm not saying that all white women are racist. They're not. But they need to be called out for what they did. They're not innocent. They sit around and they let black women take a lot of this brutal verbal abuse and this mental abuse from these men, black and white. And white women stood right there while you were being violated. She is just as guilty. She would roll around with these Negroes, and then she would go to the white man and lie like the Negro raped her. Then she would have cities, black women and innocent children killed because she's a damn liar. And she believes that she's some type of queen. Because y'all put her ass on the pedestal when she is no better than the white man. See, they like to try to throw the white man under the bus. They like to try to disconnect from him when he's being called out about the past, about Jim Crow, slavery, and things like that. She tries to distance herself. She is just as guilty, and I am glad that this white man called her out, because I've had this conversation with white men too, and I'm pretty sure that other black women have had conversations with white men that they date and marry about how tricky and dirty that the white woman is. Okay, when you really talk to white men, you will find out exactly who the hell Becky is. But because you guys don't never talk to white men, and white men are not like black men, get all over social media and drag their damn women. Sometimes they do, but they don't do it like the black male has done it. The black male has went out on a campaign to drag and destroy the image of black women. After we've been through all that because of that dusty Negro. After we've been through slavery, Jim Crow, and every other damn thing, this Negro will still get up and disrespect us all over social media, but he will throw the cape on to save his damn pale-faced Becky. That's what he'll do. You know, some people come to my channel and say, oh, you're jealous of white women, you're insecure about white women. No, I'm not, just because I'm calling white women out. I'm not jealous about them. They don't got anything I want. They don't got anything I want. I do not want their hair. I do not want their nose. I do not want their small lips. I don't want none of that. I like my skin complexion. I like that when I look at my skin, I don't see my veins, okay? And I deal with white men. So you cannot sit around here and tell me that I'm racist. I am not racist at all. I am not jealous or insecure one bit. Okay? I get plenty of attention. Sometimes I get more attention than I like. And most of my attention comes from white men. So I'm not jealous about anything that Becky's doing. It's just that Becky deserves to get called out. She gets to lay around with black men, have all these babies out of wedlock with black males at a 90% out of wedlock rate, and nobody calls her out about being a single mother and being a whore. But always want to refer to black women being single mothers. But we never talk about white and non-black women who have these children out of wedlock with black men at a 90% rate. So she is not that classy, and she doesn't have that much morals like these black men want to act like she do. If you really want to know how white women is, sit down and have a decent conversation with a white man. He'll let you know that's a greedy, lying, conceiving bitch. And all she likes is money, and she likes to take it. And she's a whore. This is what most of them say. She likes to get your money, and she likes to whore around and sleep with other men while taking your money and robbing you blind. That's what she does to the white man. The white man says Becky doesn't appreciate a damn thing. All the things that the white man has done throughout the time, he's always elevated that Becky. And then she wants to throw white men under the bus because people are calling them out about racism. She can be just as racist and just as biased as anybody else. She raised the white man. She's his mother. She deserves to be called out. And it would be nice if black men would call her ass out. But they love her too much because they're obsessed and addicted to white skin. It's okay to be in a relationship with somebody that's not black. It's okay to have a preference. But when you have an obsession or an addiction, something is wrong with you. You will never see me get on this internet and say that I'm addicted to white men. You will hear me say that I like them and my preference is white men or white Hispanic men. But you will never hear me saying I'm obsessed over there and I'm addicted. Nah, you're mentally sick. If you're so addicted to somebody, you would look at them as some type of drug. These black men are not marrying these white women. They're pumping and dumping them with these biracial children. And Becky's walking all around the damn nation with these biracial children, and the white man is looking right at this whore. He knew she was a whore. That's why he never really valued her, because he knows how low and how evil she can be. But black men think that she's some type of angel, and she's so sweet, she's so feminine, so docile, she's very cunning and conniving. She benefit from white privilege. She benefit for everything that the white man did. Matter of fact, I believe she encouraged him to do it along the way. She wanted black women to be at the bottom because she wants to be on the pedestal like she's the queen, like she's the original woman. She's not the original woman. So we can stop carrying on like she is God, because she is not black women and never will be black women. I don't care how many black men she sit down and sleep with and how many of them she suck up on. She will never be a black woman, and she can never birth a black child. She's just sick that she wants to walk around with black children because she wants to be a black woman. You see a lot of these white women adopting these black children. I believe that they are very weird. I know that black people need to adopt these children. We need to get them out these foster cares. But some of these white women are only adopting these damn children to experiment on them. Becky's not fooling nobody. She's conniving. She's passive aggressive. She will lie to your fucking face and try to get you fired from a fucking job. That's who Becky is. I've worked with a lot of Becky. I've worked in management with Becky, and Becky is very conniving. If you are a beautiful black woman, she will try to get you fired. She will try to get you in trouble, especially when you're a pretty black woman and black and white men are checking you out. Becky becomes very jealous of you on the job, and she will be lying and going behind your back trying to get you fired, because that's how Becky is. She's very jealous of black women, okay? She really is. And that's why she feels so elevated when you have black men disrespecting black women for her, when her man doesn't even want her like that. That's why he deals with other races of women, Asian women, black women. He don't want her like that. You're getting the white women he don't want. You're getting his scraps, black men. But I don't see you calling I don't see you call white women out like how you do white men. Always want to call a white man a slave master. Get up off of him. Becky was guilty too. Why don't you go talk to the Becky that you got kids with? Why don't you go and tell her off about her white supremacy? But it's always about attacking the white man. They want black women and black men to attack the white man. Becky jumps in and she attacks them too. She's a crook. Just like how she was a crook with Emmett Till. Lied on Emmett Till and got that damn child murdered. She has blood on her hands, and karma is coming her damn way. And that's all I got to say about that. Thank you, Bill Barr. White men who date black women, they understand what we go through. We talk to them about our disadvantages. We talk about what white men did to us. We talk about slavery and Jim Crow to them. Not all white men are racist and biased and hate black people. Some white men, they really care about black women. They look at black women like they're queens. They adore us. So they will stick up and talk when they need to, especially when they're in a relationship and married to a black woman. We talk about these things with white men. They know what's going on with us. Okay? But I appreciate what Bill Barr did. I think Bill Burr, they're all over Twitter, white women, Karens, white women with her tears, white tears, all over there talking about he called her a bitch. Girl, black women have been called monkey, ape, and every damn thing in this world. We've been raped, we've been tortured, we've been called slave, bed witch, ugly, men, apes, gorillas. And you're worried about a white man calling you a bitch? And you sit around and listen to everything that the black man says about black women and black girls, and you still lay up with him and have children with him, white women? You don't care about what black men are doing to black women, but you ready to go lay up with him and suck on his infested, nasty Peter. Because that's what you good for doing, and letting him splash his shit up in your face. Because you're trashy. And that's all I have to say about that topic. Karens and these white women can get up off of him. He has a black woman, a black wife, and we don't put up with that. Karen, you can't come after our white husbands and our white men. We're not going to let you do it, okay?
Fix our problem. We're trying to fix our issues, which is white supremacy. We didn't do what your family did, Janicia, which was got their ass up and ran the fuck out of Puerto Rico and left it to rot in hell because the crime rate in Puerto Rico was insane. The rapes, the killings, the murders, the robberies, robbing motherfuckers in broad daylight. It's a hellhole in your homeland, sweetie. So the scab is there. That's why you got your ass up out of there. That's where the scab is. You got your ass out of there. So you didn't pick up the scab. I pick up the scab. No, you got your ass on and ran. We didn't. We fight white supremacy here. That's why, well, it's not black people all around the world. It's like black Americans, because we're the only ones who really goes after white supremacy on a regular basis. And if it weren't for us going after white supremacy, you wouldn't be over here enjoying all the benefits of the free black labor. You already fucked up in your homeland. Your family didn't do shit. They left it fucked up. So you come over here, and the only reason you're able to enjoy anything because we stay on these white supremacists' necks, fighting for every little benefit that people of color get. See, that's the problem. We've been up here fighting for resources, and like dumbasses, we've been sharing them with everybody. And then they turn around, well, damn, it's like a scab. It's like you're picking at that scab. Fuck up, dude. Come on, man. Let me play some more of this woman's fuckery. Let me play some more of her stuff. Hold on.
Racism all over the world. Don't fucking misconstrue my words. There's racism all over the world. What I'm saying is that being African or black in Africa is a difference than being black in America. In America, there's this constant regurgitation, perpetuation that you're an ex-slave and everybody's against you. And there's racism. Karen hates you and Josh hates you.
Sweetie, and this is something that Puerto Ricans like this. Well, you're just a regurgitation that you're an ex-slave. If you are Puerto Rican or from any Latin place in the Western Hemisphere, people, all of your countries were slave colonies. Sweetie, your homeland was a slave colony. Jen, boo-boo. You come from a slave colony, dear. They sit up here and lie to themselves. What they do, Puerto Ricans like that, and not all Puerto Ricans. You got some Puerto Ricans who know the real fucking deal, but Puerto Ricans like that. They sit here and tell themselves that they're mixed with Spanish and Taino Indian. They got this mass collective denial thing where they act like that shit wasn't a damn slave colony. They act like it was some kind of deal with the colonizers and the native people there and the Spanish. It was a deal that went wrong or something. The blacks, that's them over there. But no, I'm Taino, I'm Boricua. That's what Boricua is. That was the original name of the native people there. See, they'll call themselves Boricua or Spanish, but they act like that the Negro part wasn't even there. So when they say that Boricua, that's the name of the original native Aboriginal people there. You dig? They act like the Negro didn't exist. You see, the Boricua or Spanish. And your black ass abuela is sitting right up there right now in Puerto Rico that your ass them forgot about. It's a U.S. property now, but again, it's a different culture. You dig? So they got that real bad over there in Puerto Rico. A lot of Puerto Ricans come over here with that bullshit ass mentality and that fake ass accent. You don't speak. Come on. Come on. With all that accent. I need some salsa and some menudo. Stop it. Hold on.
Systemic oppression and racism over and over and over again. And my thing is that, yeah, we have to speak against oppression, racism, right? No te deje. Like,
stop. Give me a knife.
Say, right? Do no harm, but take no shit. But my gripe is with a lot of you African Americans where your blackness like a scab, this misery that you want company for.
Oh, no, okay. Stop projecting, boo. No, baby, no. That's you projecting. No. Misery is your homeland that you got the hell away from. That's the misery. We wear our blackness, foundational Black Americans, we wear our shit as a source of pride. We ain't calling ourselves Spanish or English. We don't identify with the colonizers and the rapists. We don't identify with the colonizers. Y'all identify with the fucking colonizers. I Spanish, but you know you can't take your ass to Spain. You identify with a culture that you won't even be accepted in. You're the one who's confused. See, that's a projection. You're trying to project your own confusion and self-hate on us. We're very comfortable who the fuck we are with who we are.
But that is what
we
it
ain't
is.
trying to be English. We ain't even trying to be African.
What's up,
We're identifying with.
What's up, Jen Garcia? How are you?
How you doing?
I am good. What's happening with you, young lady?
Yeah, I wanted to holler at you because you took sound bites of my video and you fabricated a lot to it.
No,
so I wanted to know why you just took a sound bite. Like, I want you to man up. Let's deal with it. Let's debate it.
Let's do it.
You took sound bites and you hid behind the sound bites. That was slick. That was really slick.
I didn't hide behind the sound bites. I played your clip in its entirety. I did not, dear. I played your clip in its entirety.
I think because, no, I don't mean African in America. I mean African in Africa, not African in America. You get what I'm saying? Like African in Africa, like being completely African, never having touched American soil. I think on American soil, Black has been made a very horrible, ugly thing. This is just one country. I feel like in Africa, Blackness, melanin is viewed as differently. Now, I've never been to Africa. You know what I mean? I only have some movies and some documentaries and some books that I've read. But I think Blackness in America was made into something very toxic by oppressors and by the plantations and by white people. It was made a very ugly thing here. And I think a lot of people in this country want to separate themselves from Blackness because of what Blackness was made into in this country.
Okay, so Africans that were brought over here, once they got here, they weren't African, they were Black. And so they were made into something ugly because of the transit and because of the social position that they had to take and that was forced upon them when they got here. Now, this is the conundrum that a lot of Black people are facing, in which what Tyreek has exploited with the FBA thing, and especially when people don't kind of get and aren't able to conceptualize what we experience here as Black people. There is an understanding and a separation ethnically, not racially, that Black people are assuming for the first time in a long time. Most of us do not identify with Africa. We understand that is the mother of civilization. We understand that that's the cradle of where, mankind is going to come from, right? But there's also the aspect of, after being here for 300, 400, 500 years, and even our descendants later, another 500 years, how do we arguably say, or with good conscience say, that they are African? We'll never deny the fact that African is the root, but there are Black people that are also indigenous here. There's a culture here, like it's almost like Black people are being diminished in our efforts in who we are and what our contribution has been to society and what our plight has been. And the disconnect comes from being told, number one, ever since we've been here, even though a lot of us don't have any connection to Africa, we don't know anything about any languages over there, no tribes and all this kind of stuff. So we're told here that we're not good enough. And then we're told by Africans that we're not them too. So when you come into a space with people that are from here and you talk about, African being the best, and I understand what you're saying, but to us, that's a huge slap in the face. A huge slap in the face, because a lot of us are still struggling to have our own identity, make our own way, have our own culture, have our recognition for what our people have been here all the time, what our plight is. And to have people always tell us, well, you're African, and then the African not accept you. And then, okay, but you're American, but America treats you like crap. So you know that you're different. We don't, if we're being honest here, yes, there are features that are native to people that.
Jen,
Okay, they get their news from media takeout and gossip.
Jen,
so I mean, who are we talking to here?
Jen, you're from a slave colony too. You do understand that, right?
Of course I know that. Of course I know that.
But you're saying it as if it is just us. Puerto Rico.
Harry, don't give me the closet homo shit. Don't
No, sweetie.
Don't give me the closet homo shit. Don't Google me. Don't Google me.
Baby, you're an anchor,
okay?
baby. You're an anchor, baby.
I was born here just like you. I didn't leave no country.
No. Nobody in my family.
I didn't leave no country.
You ain't just like me.
Okay.
Nobody in my family is an immigrant.
I was born here just like you.
Like me, baby. I come from Harriet Tubman stock. My family didn't run from their country.
I see the parade. I see the parade. I see you come from Harriet Tubman stock.
I come from Harriet Tubman stock.
I see the parade.
These white supremacists, and we didn't run from them. Y'all ran.
You don't come from Harriet Tubman. You're a YouTube personality, Harry. Stop. Stop it.
And you're coming over here disrespecting.
You're a YouTube personality. You called women out.
No.
But don't call them on to defend themselves. You're a YouTube personality.
No.
You're not Harriet Tubman. Are you crazy?
You don't respect Black women or Black American culture because you're a tether.
Right. Well, that's what you're going to say because it riles your followers up. So you got to figure that. And that's what y'all do. That is what y'all do. Hey, everybody, she doesn't like Black women because Black women are sensitive and they're going to be in my DMs all night.
Y'all got that.
Because they're sensitive and they're going to be in my DMs all night. But the funny thing is that you berate Black women. Ain't that funny?
No.
But you trying to pick them on me, but you berate Black women.
Talking about how the niggas want to holler at you.
But you drag Black women. You drag Black women, and we see it.
Why do you
drag Black women, Harriet Tubman?
And Black women rock with me.
No, but you drag Black women. Why do you do that?
Drag Black women. I drag immigrant coons and mammies.
Ain't your mama Black?
I drag immigrant coons and mammies.
Ain't your mama Black? Wasn't you just talking about a Black woman's wig and wig glue?
Yes,
that was a Black woman you were talking about.
I was talking about immigrants. That's who I was
talking about. No, you were talking about a Black woman on your page right now.
My mama ain't an immigrant, sweetie. My mama's
a
Black American.
But your mama's Black, right?
My mama's not an immigrant. My mama's a founder.
Stop parading Black women and try to pin it on somebody else. You hate women.
No, you hate America. You hate Black America.
Okay? You hate women.
You hate foundational Black
in general. And that's why you picked on me. But I'm glad you did.
No, you hate
foundational Black Americans. But next time you're talking my page.
Jen, you're Black women.
Come on.
Jen, you claim you're African.
I can play YouTube wars with you. I'll play YouTube wars with you. That's what you diminished to, YouTube wars. I can play YouTube wars.
You're mad and you're triggered at foundational Black Americans.
All right. Because I'm talking loud on Puerto Rican, remember?
Oh, no. That don't happen.
I can talk loud. I just talk loud. If I'm ordering pizza, I'm talking loud.
But y'all wish y'all stopped that contempt for Black American women. Y'all take little digs at Black American women, and that's some sucker shit. Y'all cut that out. If it weren't for Black American women, y'all asses wouldn't be over here benefiting off the goodies that Black American
women. You think so?
Yes, I know so.
Davis who Lolita LeBron is.
You what?
Ask Angela Davis who Lolita LeBron is.
Angela Davis is a sellout fucking CIA.
Oh, and you hate Black women. Thank you. You hate Black women.
When does a CIA sellout with Black women? That woman is a damn
confirmed.
Fuck out of here.
So not Angela Davis.
Yes, Angela Davis is an operative of the.
And you don't like wigs on Black women.
Okay, stop projecting. Stop it. Nobody's.
You hate Black women.
You don't like foundational Black Americans because.
No, I don't like hypersensitive. I don't care what race you are.
Because
I don't like hypersensitive. I don't care what race you are. And social media has made a lot of motherfuckers hypersensitive. It has nothing to do with race. I don't like hypersensitivity. When you did what you did on your YouTube?
Jen,
20 hypersensitive motherfuckers, bitch-made dudes, because it was just dudes in my DMs. It wasn't even women. It was just bitch-made dudes, okay?
Jen.
Hypersensitive just like you, but I know you gotta get your spins up, so I'm glad you told me to get your spins up.
All the niggas
okay?
who
I'm glad you told me.
That's who the bitch.
Okay? Y'all are hypersensitive. Y'all are hypersensitive, but most of y'all on your Sotomayor. Y'all just hate women. Y'all just hate women. All the motherfuckers in my DMs are men. You said black women are holding it down. While y'all playing YouTube wars and getting your hair braided, black women are holding it down. What are you talking about?
You're not a representative.
What are you talking about?
Oh, you eat off black women. You eat off black women's culture.
Yeah, what? Give me one thing, please.
No. See, you try to be a tether for black women with have contempt for black women. That's the thing about some of y'all.
That's interesting that you just described yourself.
No, see, y'all immigrants.
You see how psychology works? You just described yourself. But if we let you talk long enough, it comes out. You start talking about the wigs. You start talking about the wig groups. You start talking about Angela Davis was a sellout. If we let you talk long enough, Tariq, it all comes out, don't it?
History comes
out. It all comes out. You're trying to tether for black women and you hate black women. It's all coming out. And that's why I wanted to jump on this side. Because motherfuckers are blinded by your black power fist. You're full of shit. You're just like Umar and Sotomayor. Okay? You're just trying to get back on TV. Okay? And you will not.
Ma'am,
okay, you are now diminished to a YouTube personality. Welcome to YouTube.
I'm not.
Welcome to YouTube. Okay?
I'm on television all the time, dear.
Yeah, okay. All right. I'll turn on BT, see if I see you. I'll turn on BT. I may catch you.
Dude, I don't BT.
I'll turn on BT.
Money for me.
But just don't front money. You on YouTube.
Man.
You're a YouTube personality, Tyree. Stop. Let's keep it real. We could be homies.
Ma'am, I just had a
let's keep it all the way real. Let's keep it all the way real.
I do this. I have respect for
Let's keep it up. No, you don't do this because you pull me into it. So obviously you don't do this.
Jen, I just had a conference for the Foundation of Black Americans.
Here we go. How prestigious. You had a what?
Sold out. I can do that because I got respect from my people. You see? I didn't flee.
Oh my God.
See, when you don't flee from your homeland and you stay and fight against injustice.
How did you get here?
Respect.
How did you get here, darling?
So, man, my family's been here for 500 years, okay? We've been
500
here for
years?
500
well, how did they get here that first year from the 500?
People migrate, people were brought over. We built this country. There was no country until my family built it, see?
How you brought over, darling? See, you're leaving out some details now.
Well, the 1526, we can go into the details when the Moors showed the Spanish how to get over here. And the black people ran the Spanish the fuck up out of here, and we stayed in 1556, and we stayed.
Now, are you here by force or by choice?
We're here by choice.
Why you here?
We're here by choice because we were here before the Spanish. We were here before Columbus, dear.
You're here by choice.
Yeah, we're here by choice because this is our homeland. You know, we didn't flee. We built this.
This is your homeland? America's your homeland?
Yes, it is, because we built it. Nobody built this shit but us. This is our homeland, sweetie. This is our homeland. We built this shit from scratch. There was no America until Foundation of Black Americans built it. That's why y'all left Puerto Rico to come eat.
I didn't need Puerto Rico. I was born here.
Well, you're anchor baby. So your family anchored you here because the Foundation of Black Americans got this shit popping.
So if I'm an anchor baby, are you a slave baby?
I am a descendant of slaves. I am.
Okay, so no good being an anchor baby. You're a slave baby, and I'm an anchor baby. Then we good.
But the thing is, you are slave.
So we both got lucky.
You're both. I'm not an anchor baby, but you're both.
So we're both. So we both got lucky because you're a slave baby and I'm an anchor baby. So we both got lucky.
And you're a slave baby too because Puerto Rico was a slave colony.
So I got the double.
Yes. So you're a slave.
So I'm better than you then.
No, not really, but at least we fought.
Think so.
At least we stayed on our land and fought. You didn't fight.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
So do you?
No, we cross-explain it. It's like you're omitting that for your narrative.
You understand?
You're omitting Puerto Rican history for your narrative.
Jen,
that's what you're doing. And you got all these idiots believing it.
Sweetie, you understand that you were from a slave colony.
You know, these motherfuckers don't even read. So I'm not going to expect them to know anything more than what you're saying. These motherfuckers don't even read.
Jen,
okay, they get their news. They get their news from media takeout and boxing. So I mean, who are we talking to here?
Jen, you're from a slave colony too. You do understand that, right?
Of course, I know that. Of course, I know that.
But you're saying it as if it is just us. Puerto Rico was a slave
no, because you said I'm an anchor baby.
You are an anchor baby.
Okay, so if I'm an anchor baby, then you're a slave baby.
We're both slave babies, but
okay, so then you're an anchor baby too.
I'm not. I wasn't anchored anywhere. No.
No, I think you were.
I wasn't anchored anywhere.
Okay, you were a forced anchor baby because you were forced here.
No, there was no here until we built here. There was no America until we built it.
Okay, you were forced to build it.
Yeah, we were forced to build it.
So you were forced to build it.
We were forced to build. Yes, we were forced to build it, but we built this motherfucker. We built it.
So my
and nobody.
My point is, let's cut the bullshit because we're all the same.
But y'all,
cut the bullshit because we're all the same.
We're all the same in a political sense when it's politically convenient to you, Jen. When it's politically convenient, we're all the same. But when it's culturally convenient, it's like, fuck those blacks with the scab. The scab. They wear that black.
Okay, what about blacks? Fuck them Latins. Fuck them Latins. They think they better than us. Fuck them Latins. Do you understand it's the same across the board? Do you understand it's the same across the board?
No, we don't get anything we don't need no damn Latins. This is not a Latin country. We don't.
So then why do you hate so bad? Why do you hate Latins so bad? Why do you care how we identify so bad? Why do black people care how we identify so bad? It's like it's a misery you need company for. You need to identify as black. You need to identify as black.
No.
You need to be black like me. Why do y'all care so bad how other black people identify? Why does it hurt you so bad? That's a you problem. That's a you problem.
You
That's not our problem.
Sweetie, you're in our shit.
No, but that's you problem. Why do you care how other people? Are you not black enough for yourself?
You're in our country disrespecting.
No, but this is not your country. This is not your country.
It is. This is
okay. No, you were enslaved here. This is not your country.
It is my country, sweetie.
You were enslaved here and don't have to go to go back to where you're from.
No.
You were enslaved here. This is not your country.
It is my country, sweetie.
That's why you're still marching because it's not your country.
No, we're still, and you march your ass.
Chris Brown.
Niggas who do that.
What are you talking about?
They be from the immigrants from West Africa and Jamaica.
Wasn't Talib Kweli just attacked on Twitter because a dark-skinned woman said that rappers only date and marry light-skinned women? Was that not an American black woman saying, hey, look at me, I'm dark and nobody cares about me?
The girl who did that was, I think she was Jamaican. That girl was not an American black girl. The people who keep up that stupid shit with that colorism bullshit, these are immigrants who do that dumb shit. They're very good at doing that, keeping up that dark skin, light skin colorism shit, because that's some shit that makes a difference in their country. In the Caribbean culture, they play those little colorism games in the Caribbean heavy. They have that heavy in the Caribbean. Over here, black is black. We don't trip on that shit like that over here because we're all treated the same.
Are you out of your mind?
We don't.
Where have you been?
Colorism ass. We don't get nothing out of that over here. We different.
Where have you? Chris Brown.
Niggas who do that.
What are you talking about?
They be from the immigrants from West Africa and Jamaica.
Wasn't Talib Kweli just attacked on Twitter because a dark-skinned woman said that rappers only date and marry light-skinned women? Was that not an American black woman saying, hey, look at me, I'm dark and nobody cares about me?
The girl who did that was, I think she was Jamaican. That girl was not an American black girl. The people who keep up that stupid shit with that colorism bullshit, these are immigrants who do that dumb shit. They're very good at doing that, keeping up that dark skin.
That will be anti-black, right? So some people may have that negative experience, so they want to know, hey, are you really for real black? You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's fair to just say that everybody that is saying, okay, well, you know, where does she come from? What is her makeup? Is it the mother? That is important to a lot of people. And socially, we also know that there's a difference between people that are of mixed ancestry that are being raised with Black mothers, Black fathers. There is a difference. So I think it's fair. It's a fair question. I don't think that it should just be diminished to just feelings. That's all.
I think that's fair enough. I think also when we talk about giving white people power, we have to recognize there's a difference between being honest about a situation so that we can address it and speaking of a situation because we think we can't surmount it. I think because I was having a conversation about this on my channel the other day, and I was speaking to a brother who kept denying the plight, right? He kept saying, we can purchase our way out of this. We can just invest. We can just do this. And I was like,
don't you just love those type of people who think you can buy your way out of oppression? Don't you just love them?
But that's my point, is that if we don't acknowledge the problem and speak toward it for what it is, because we think that it empowers those people who ultimately we're going to have to overcome, then we enter into these conversations where people start just totally being delusional about what it takes to surmount our condition, right? So then for me, at least, speaking from a stance of socio-political revolution, you must be clear on how your oppression works so that you recognize what's not going to overcome it, so that you're not in a delusion about voting your way out or purchasing enough land or acquiring enough degrees. So I do hear what you're saying, because it can, in a way, lend power, right? But I think it's also in what you do with that explanation, right? What is the purpose of calling it out for what it is? The purpose is for me, is to shut off all roadblocks of people who don't want to face the fact that this is going to come down to what it's going to come down to, or you're choosing to accept the very position that we defined. But that's like a whole nother conversation. But I did just want to give that pushback that I do see your perspective, but it's also what you do with that information and why you relay that information that way. That ties into like a bigger conversation about our social oppression and how it is that we're going to surmount that.
But I do want to say one thing, though, because I do agree with what Jen said. I do agree with part of it, because I've talked about making everybody Black. I've talked about that. And I worded it differently than Misery Likes Company. I think what Black people are more trying to do is Black people feel like if everybody is Black, then they're not the oddball out. Then we can't be different. We can't be worse. We can't be inferior because everyone is the same thing as us. But that's not the case. And to me, really, that could have went more to your scab point, I believe, because the thing of it is making everybody Black, making everybody you. We already know what's accessible, what everybody have access to is of no value. You don't have any value in giving away your Blackness to everybody, but Black people do try to give away their Blackness. If she doesn't want to say she's Black, she doesn't want to say she's Black. I don't think mixed people should. Why do mixed people have to go? Listen, don't get mad at a mixed person for not saying that they're Black. If you have an issue with it, have an issue with all of these interracial unions, because that's how they're created at the end of the day. And I think it's very disingenuous for Black people to run around with this whole, like, y'all had that you are the seed of your father energy. Y'all was always sitting there talking about, well, if she got a little bit of Blackness, or if she just got one Black grandparent. I'm sure she got one Black grandparent, so nobody should be able to say anything. But now all of a sudden, because she's saying something that you don't want to hear, that actually has a lot of truth to it, whether it be, you can feel like it's insensitive, you can feel like it's meritless, you can say whatever you want to say. I've said the same things. I've said the same things, because I do recognize that Black people want to give their Blackness to everybody because they just want to fit in. I do.
I gotta be honest and pause it here. I need the faces to all be seen, everybody. Everybody, look at the faces, everybody. So the chat gonna catch up to this one part here, but I want the faces to be seen. Look at Irene. Irene is the person I would say is in the top right corner on my end, next to the blue thing, right? That says Cynthia G. Who the fuck holds their head up with two hands? Oh, you know what? Let me pull this shit up. I think I need to turn my camera on. Hold on one second, good people. Because I got to evaluate this motherfucking shit right here. Where's my camera button? Video screen. Let me turn my bright high. I don't know what the fuck color I am on this shit today, but whatever. Hey, listen, look at Shorty. Look at she like this. Right? Let me see. Oh, no. I'm gonna do it like this so I can look at myself on the camera. But she like, let me get in the camera. That's her. Look at her right now. She just, who the fuck? What the fuck is this? The fuck? Is this like a? Is she modeling while letting this chick take the throne? Like you just posing and shit in the middle of warfare? What the fuck are you? And the whole time, I just hear giggling and jiggly, miggly, hoogly from fucking Cynthia. Like, yo, am I wrong for saying that she the queen? Because I don't know. Maybe Nyla and Taz can fix this. I'm gonna give them the fucking power. Like, only Nyla and Taz can fix this shit after this. Because Lashif for you done fucked up. Nah, I was listening to that shit today. And she gave Tariq Nasheed that work. I'm listening to hear about this sister talk about the debate between what was said about, you know, our sisters, our community, black women from this non-black woman. And all I found was, I hate black men. Shout out to Afrogenic. She don't have that luxury of hating us that way. I mean, I don't know. Maybe she got, you know, she might not like a different tribe, but they over here is different. And we're witnessing like people belittle themselves because they hate one black man. We watch multiple women degrade their integrity. Integrity? Did I say it right? Because they hate one black man. I'm trying to figure out how this is going to work out eventually for everybody in the diaspora, whatever you call. I'm trying to figure out how this is going to work out. Listen, I had a long few stressful days in front of me, and I got some more ahead of me. Trust me, it's about to get real. I don't know where I'm going to end up at the end of this shit, but it's going to be cold fucking turkey for me. Everybody else going to be good, but fuck. But sometimes men got to make sacrifices, you know? You got to take and make that hard decision in order to move forward for everybody the right way, no matter how much the weight is on your shoulders. Listen, I was on a few other panels the other day. And I told them, I said, you know, black men die at 65. Anything past that is great. They like, why? I'm like, stress, hypertension. You know, I started naming all the shit. They was like, God, you know what? And then I just hit them with the, how many old niggas you see walking around right now? Stop the whole show for a second right there. You know, that get niggas heart attacks when they look. How many old niggas you see walking around right now? Look for them. Think about it. In America, how many really old black men do you find? No, we have a lifespan here. If we make it past 25, then making it to 65 is even better. But between that, we drop dead like a motherfucker quick. So, you know, I count these days, I count these blessings. I got to be honest with y'all. I got to be real humble with this shit. But I'm watching what's going on, and I'm like, what I'm going to tell my son before I dip? You know, when I say I dip before I go, up a room, the 6 feet under, the casket, the little urn. I think I'm gonna make myself like a little stone pyramid. I'm telling nigga, little, you know, put my ashes in this shit and like bury that shit at the bottom of the ocean. You know what I'm saying? Like do something like that. I always wanted to be a submariner. Put me down at the bottom of the ocean in a stone pyramid or a stone submarine. I might build the shit myself. However, this is the type of stuff men need to think about. Legacy, 401k investments, how I'm gonna build this shit, how I'm gonna get this land popping, how I'm gonna be a developer. I'm not arguing with any of these women. Cynthia says black men don't build and none of that, but yet Bernard Riley pulled up, I don't know, 4 or 5 black construction companies. And I mean, that shit totaled about $1 billion. And that was on one show. If some of us really get to digging in our area with our resources, we can find the black business owners. I used to, in 2001, the reason I lived in Chicago is because I worked for a black organization. That black organization was actually to facilitate more entrepreneurship, but it was facilitated by about 10 black men entrepreneurs. They funded the whole operation and project. That's why I lived in Chicago. So I used to walk and talk and deal with black million and billionaires at 18. I remember Denise, you know, I'm not gonna say her name. I just know she had a really cute afro. She was short, thick, and what, like she was abstract. We was in Chicago. She wasn't like, I'm not from there. She not from there, and we meet each other because, well, our family's in this industry. It was different. This right here, y'all. No, okay. That's the first fist I put up. This right here, y'all. I can't apologize for a black woman. And Lashid, I don't know what to say about your show compared to this, but it's really not a good look that y'all all have crowned her the queen of the black YouTube women. It saddens me. Let's go back to the goddamn audio. Oh no, hold on, I'm gonna have to jump onto this shit first.
Recognize that we care too much about what other people think. Thereby, you do treat your blackness out of the scab. You want to deviate from it. So don't act like she's sitting up here lying. Now, I don't know the intent behind it. I couldn't care less. Whatever the intent behind it, it is what it is. Bottom line of it is you had Tariq sitting up here lying, pandering to his dusty crowd as he sits up with an entire woman of no color in his home, as he glorifies the womb of white women in his home, as he sits up here with a biracial woman in his home as if he didn't procreate with obviously a dark-skinned woman. Why didn't he marry her? Why didn't he continue to procreate with her? So he's the very colorist that he's sitting here denying. You had children with a mixed woman because you wanted your children to be lighter. That it is what it is. Now, I'm not saying that mixed women can't get love too. They can. Obviously, somebody for everybody. If a black man want a mixed woman, I couldn't care less. Doesn't take anything from me. But don't sit here and act like y'all love y'all blackness, because y'all don't. You just don't. Black people don't love their blackness. And this is a reality that I've had to make peace with. I've had to make peace with this reality that we really don't love our blackness. But I think that
you to love it either.
Huh?
They don't want you to love it either. They want you to have as
Well,
much disdain for it as they do.
But then let me play devil's advocate with the chat box.
Oh boy.
I give y'all this. Let's not act like in Latin America, they don't try to separate them from their blackness, because they do. You will have a whole obviously black Puerto Rican who will be saying, I'm not black. You will have a whole obviously African, probably right off of Haiti, person from the Dominican Republic, and they will say that I'm not Black, I am Dominican. And we keep having to tell you that Dominican is not a race. So that's why I say this is globally. Globally, nobody wants to be Black. Globally.
But I have to give you a little pushback on that, though, because I told you a lot of times when they say they're not Black, they're just saying they're not identifying with Black culture. Now, depending on the way that they say it, you can pick up on it if it's disdain for Blackness, like, nah, I'm not Black, that type stuff. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times, because, you know, we are the only people, Black Americans, up until recently, if someone asks us what our nationality is, many of us say Black instead of, you know, American. So we don't identify with nationality like the rest of the world does. So a lot of times, Black people from different countries are saying, no, I'm not Black American. And a lot of times they are trying to take a dump on Black culture because of how it's perpetuated in the media. But a lot of times they are making the separation based on culture and not race. However, there are Dominicans, Cubans, Puerto Ricans, there are a lot of them that are anti-Black. That is true. Some of them are. And it's practiced, you know, within their nations too, the same exact way. So some of that is some anti-Black, but some of it is a separation of culture. And it's snobbish because a lot of people do have, and I don't think that this layer of the conversation is talked about a lot. A lot of people do have cultural superiority. When you think about the Haitians versus the Dominicans, that's cultural superiority complexes. So there's a whole nother layer to this stuff within the quote unquote diaspora that is problematic, and within their cultural superiority complexes being the Dominicans, there is the underlying element of race, of complexion, of phenotype, because a lot of them are phenotypically different from the Haitian side. But that is definitely, I think they are the best example of cultural superiority.
But here's the thing, socially, and this is globally too, the only time Blackness is actually celebrated or recognized as something good is when it applies to entertainment and athleticism and sex. Okay, so I'll say 3. Those are the only 3 areas where Blackness is actually celebrated or seen as something positive. So I understand, based on the global society that we live in, why you would have other groups who want to detach from, like, I understand it, because, you know, as somebody that studies psychology, I get it. I get the condition. I think it's quite odd that once you had every culture associating the lack of eumelanin as something evil, and now you have it where every culture associated with something to strive for. And I can go into the occult magic that I think they use to obtain that, but it's not. We'll do that later, Nyla. But I think that says something. I mean, if we really look at it, why would socially anybody want to be Black? Like, can we talk about that really quickly? But I do want to do a time check because, quite frankly, I'm gonna go soon. So I want to know what's up with y'all. What's up with y'all in terms of y'all's time?
I'm cool. It's early here, so I'm cool.
Yeah, it's just 4:14 here. So.
Yeah, I hate y'all because y'all on the West Coast and I'm on the East Coast and it's almost 7:30 and I gotta go soon. But
yeah, lots of daylight left for us.
Yeah, no, it's definitely getting dark here. That's why I have to adjust this lightning thing so I'm still able to be seen, because it's actually getting dark, contrary to what it might look like. But yeah, can everyone, especially, you know, from being that, you know, y'all are part of the Latin culture too, the Latin and American culture, but can we acknowledge the fact that socially it's really not a good thing to be Black? Sadly, socially it's not seen as a good thing to be Black. And I think that when we look at these, you know, mixed people, when we look at people who are of African descent, we have to understand. Oh, somebody calling me? We have to understand that based on the society, the society that we live in, it's just not, it's not a good thing to be Black socially. I mean, feel free to chime in, anybody. Yeah.
Wait, that was for Latinas, right?
It could be anybody at this point. I mean, Jen or Nyla, Jen or Irene, somebody.
Lord. Okay.
I mean, they're just leaving me hanging.
No, I'm not leaving you hanging. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I walked away for 1 second.
Okay.
Please, I'm sorry.
I was dying for so I had to plug back in.
So what I was asking is that can we speak to the fact that socially, and this is on a global scale, it's not really a positive thing to be Black unless you're an athlete or an entertainer.
Okay, I'll take it. I guess for a lot of people probably feel that way. Me not identifying as Black, I don't know. I've never thought about it in that way where it's like I don't want to call myself Black because Black people are the worst people on the planet, and who I want to distance myself from that, even though 99.9% of the time that is the case. People don't want to be associated with Blackness because Blackness is like, it's the worst possible thing anybody can be, and you're oppressed if you're Black, and you're ugly if you're Black, and you're this and that if you're Black. So I think that's the case with a lot of people, but it isn't for me. I'd rather people call me African. I'd rather people call me African, and I think that's Blacker than being Black in America, in my opinion. So I don't know. It is a negative thing. It's viewed as negatively, but I've never looked at it, with those lenses. So I can't
come up with being Black being negative as opposed to being more negative as opposed to African.
Say again.
How did you get the opinion of being Black in America is not as good as being African in America?
I think because, no, I don't mean African in America. I mean African in Africa, not African in America. You get what I'm saying? Like African in Africa, like being completely African, never having touched American soil. I think on American soil, Black has been made a very horrible, ugly thing. This is just one country. I feel like in Africa, Blackness, melanin is viewed as differently. Now, I've never been to Africa. You know what I mean? I only have some movies and some documentaries and some books that I've read, but I think Blackness in America was made into something very toxic by oppressors and by the plantations and by white people. It was made a very ugly thing here, and I think a lot of people in this country want to separate themselves from Blackness because of what Blackness was made into in this country.
Okay, so Africans that were brought over here, once they got here, they weren't African, they were Black. And so they were made into something ugly because of the transit and because of the social position that they had to take and that was forced upon them when they got here. Now, this is the conundrum that a lot of Black people are facing, in which what Tyreek has exploited with the FBA thing, and especially when people don't kind of get and aren't able to conceptualize what we experience here as Black people. There is an understanding and a separation ethnically, not racially, that Black people are assuming for the first time in a long time. Most of us do not identify with Africa. We understand that is the mother of civilization. We understand that that's the cradle of where, mankind is going to come from, right? But there's also the aspect of, after being here for 300, 400, 500 years, and even, our descendants later, another 500 years, how do we arguably say, or with good conscience say that they are African? We'll never deny the fact that African is the root, but there are Black people that are also indigenous here. There's a culture here, like it's almost like Black people are being diminished in our efforts and who we are and what our contribution has been to society and what our plight has been. And the disconnect comes from being told, number one, ever since we've been here, even though a lot of us don't have any connection to Africa, we don't know anything about any languages over there, no tribes and all this kind of stuff. So we're told here that we're not good enough. And then we're told by Africans that we're not them too. So when you come into a space with people that are from here and you talk about, you know, African being the best, and I understand what you're saying, but to us, that's a huge slap in the face. A huge slap in the face, because a lot of us are still struggling to have our own identity, make our own way, have our own culture, have our recognition for what our people have been here all the time, what our plight is. And to have people always tell us, well, you're African, and then the African not accept you. And then, okay, but you're American, but America treats you like crap. So you know that you're different. We don't, you know, if we're being honest here, yes, there are features that are native to people that are Africa that we possess, but even looking at the average, look at Cynthia, look at Irene, you will not mistake them for someone that is everything, not everything, but there are some similarities, but we are, you know, different in a lot of ways. And a lot of Black people want that recognized. So like, it's really hurtful.
Aren't there people in Africa with my complexion that are indigenous to Africa?
There are absolutely those people, but here in America, your complexion, there's that's and that is the problem with, like, when you talk about the scab thing, right? Some of those wounds are still healing because of the identity crisis that Black people are having here. Like, we know that we are not quote unquote African. We know that America is treating us like we don't belong here often, a lot of times. And so you feel displaced, right? But we know that if a lot of us had the phenotype that is similar to yours, the plight will be a little bit, not to say that there's not a difference and that you're not experiencing that some level of discrimination because you're not white. I would never sit up there and say anything like that, but there is a difference. Like, colorism is real, that social hierarchy is real. And a lot of us don't have the privilege of, skating above that. So it's like, I don't even know how to feel about what you said. This thing with Blacks and Africans is real, which is why they're able to make this capitalization off of ADOS and FBA versus African, because we are treated differently by Africans. We are treated differently by, people that come to this country that are Black, but not of Black culture, if that makes sense.
Absolutely, it does. So first, I want to validate what you said. I understand it. Feel however you like to feel. Like, I am serious when I say whatever I say. You are allowed to feel whatever it is you want to feel. Like, I've never been to Africa. I know what I know, but I don't know as much as someone who's been to Africa.
Yeah, I've been a couple of times, but I don't know everything. It's even if you take a trip and you visit, I've never spent more than 2 weeks over there. So I can't say I know, you know what I'm saying? So I get that.
I still feel like in America, Blackness has become very, very toxic, and even more so with the explosion of social media. That's how I feel, right? Now, there's a pride to me, being, having African ancestry. But what Blackness has become in America is just, it's not cool to me. It's not cool to me. And again, we have to. But it's not.
But the thing is, what Blackness has become in America is a direct result of what has happened. And again, like, when you made the separation between, and I'm not saying that there should not be somewhat of a separation made, but when you talk about how, like, it's better to be, African in Africa than, Black here in America, and Black has turned into something, bad or whatever, which is why you don't necessarily want to be identified with Black. You'd rather be identified as African. When they're here, they are better than us.
Okay, hold on. Can we pause for the cause? Can you hold on for a second. Hold on. How is it better to be an African when you are the majority people in your country, but it's still dominated by non-Africans? So it's better to be a person who is in a country and they don't even have any power over their own resources.
Okay, I don't want. Okay, let's not misconstrue. Africans don't feel, in my opinion, from what I've seen, from my research, they don't feel as hateful about being African as American blacks do.
So why are they bleaching their skin? Why are they bleaching their skin and taking?
Then we have to do this, don't we?
Yeah, but they're the high rate. You have African women taking pills to bleach their babies in Europe. That's not pride. That's not pride.
That happens all over the world. India, Africa,
okay,
America.
Janicia, that was going to be my point. Is I feel like when I heard you and Nyla talking, you guys were talking about culture, like Black culture, Black American culture. When I'm thinking of it, I'm thinking of skin color, right? So when I hear Black, and I understand that there's the idea of culture that's Black, and so when we say Black, we mean American. But if I think of just Blackness, like as a skin color, it goes back to what you were saying, which is nowhere on the planet is it preferable to be dark, right?
No, but it has to go further than that, because when an African comes to America, they are better than Black people. They will tell you this.
Well, they're told to, because I know. Because my niece,
where do they get that idea? Why do they feel that?
Because they're told to. That's why I was gonna say my niece's dad is from the Cameroons. He's not a citizen. He said that upon entering into the country, before you even make it out of the airport, they show Africans a ton of negative propaganda about African Americans, and they encourage them to separate themselves from them. He said you get that before you are in customs. And that is what they do when you're in customs. And I've heard this from other Africans as well.
And it's the same reason why you said what you said. When you said, you don't want to, Black is a political thing. It is a political thing. It's a social thing too. But it's just like you said, it's better to be African or whatever that is. It is. If you're in America and you come here as an African immigrant, it is better to be here as an African than as a Black person. So of course you would not want to identify with Black. Who if you had a choice, who would?
But that's what I said. But that's why I said it, and I said it because I'm putting it into perspective. Socially, when it comes to Black Americans, it's not a good thing. And you illustrate that by saying that you would prefer to emphasize Afro than Black American. I don't know why we can't just admit that social as a good thing to be Black. It's just not. There's just too many negative things associated with it, and Black people, especially in America, don't show enough Black pride for anybody to really see. If you as a Black person, you don't even like your Blackness, how are you going to expect anybody else to? Like, really? So we don't show pride in who we are. So of course nobody else is. Like, I can't fault you for saying that you are
TV taught me how to dream. It was a life jacket. I don't think you can be and not touch people.
Reveille, donks. Look at us now, tip to tip. This is our life. This is our passion.
That's the spirit we bring to this show.
I'm Luke Thomas.
I'm Brian Campbell.
This is Morning Combat. It is Wednesday, October 14th, 2020, and it is time, ladies and gentlemen, donks, for Morning Combat. Hi, everyone. My name is Luke Thomas. I am one half of your hosting duo, joined by the gentleman on the other side of the screen. This was a user submission. He is the down under to my thunder from CBS Sports, my friend and yours. It's Brian Campbell. Hello, BC. How are you on this fine fall Wednesday?
It is hump day, bro. You know what that means, right?
No, not for you. I know what it means for me, but what does it mean for you? You're going to treat your body like an amusement park later, or what?
Is that because you like spicy Latino women? Welcome to our Wednesday show, Luke. Very fired up to be here. You want to talk about a big fight week, right? Not just a great UFC matchup there with the Zombie and the Ortega, a can't-miss boxing championship, lightweight unification. But how about, Luke, what we're doing on MK from the idea of the bonus content, okay? We are splitting the uprights, all fists, all the time, putting it in, turning it, MK all day, nearly every day. It's fantastic right now.
We actually have a lot to get to. It's kind of flying under the radar. We're going to have a Bellator 249 preview. It's tomorrow. Hello. So we'll talk about that.
You don't want to support what I just said, Luke? You don't want to.
I want to make sure that our Wednesday. I want to make sure that our Wednesday show starts at a quicker pace than our Monday show. But in any event, we have a Bellator 249 to get to. We have Fury and Wilder stuff to get to, which is seemingly never ending, plus some big news on the UFC side of things. So we'll get to that. We have your, let's see, art submissions we have to get to. We have Social Justice Wednesday. We have our deep dive. We have a very busy show. So first things first, as always, appreciate it when you do. Thumbs up on it. Hit that subscribe button. Brian and I made you a promise that when we went full time with this thing, there's going to be plenty of extra content. You know, we can always improve, and we will, but I feel like we're well on our way. Brian putting out a great video, 5 reasons why he loves Loma Lopez, did an interview with Teofimo Lopez. We had some stuff yesterday for Corey Sandhagen, spoke to him, and there's a whole lot more coming this week. So plenty of content every single day, plus the live chat tomorrow. Hello. There's a lot going on here on this MK channel, so please like and subscribe. We really appreciate that when you do. If you want some MK merch, BC,
looking good, Dad. Looking good there, Dad. Looking not bad.
Yeah, exactly. You can go to store.show.com. It's available right now. High quality stuff. I love it. BC will sign off on that claim. And of course, if you'd like to try Showtime, you certainly may. Showtime.com. Free trial, 30 days. If you like it, if not, you can go pound sand. Okay, BC, we have a lot to get to. You ready to get this started?
Yeah, just trying to make this crap technical stuff work. All right, let's do it. I'm ready. Wednesday's my favorite show, Luke. Let's do it. All right, 3 big topics to start the show. Let's kick things off with Conor Khabib. A lot of moving parts here, BC, so help us understand what's going on here. Let's start with because there's actually a lot of other people in the orbit, but let's start with just those two, Conor and Khabib. We start with the Conor side of things, the Khabib side of things first. He spoke to ESPN's Brett Okamoto, and Brett was like, is this thing between you and Conor done? Because Dana White said that you two were going to host the coaches on The Ultimate Fighter, and your comments sort of scuttled that, or Conor's comments and behavior had scuttled that, excuse me. And he said, look, they could give me the UFC. They could give me $5 billion. I ain't fighting this chump. BC, is it time to give up on Khabib Conor 2? Not yet. Okay, look, Khabib is a man of his principles. If he says things like, I may retire after this April fight, I don't ever want to, this, as he said, this guy's shit, I don't want to be near a pile of shit you can smell. Very true statement there. Been around a lot of shit in my life. I will say I believe him in those regards, Luke, but I think there's still that glimmer of hope from the idea of what happens to Conor next. And it's very much fueled by a very obvious reason. Conor Khabib 2, provided one or both brands is not damaged from the standpoint of taking a big loss before that and not being able to recover from that big loss, remains the biggest fight you can make in all of MMA. I mean, it really is, Luke, okay? I don't know. Can we do Joe Rogan against Logan Paul's mom? Yeah, maybe we might get more crossover eyes, but it's the biggest freaking fight you can make. The only one that, with the right promotion could go to 3 million pay-per-view buys potentially. It's astronomical, so you can never count it out. But I do think it comes down to where Conor goes next and what happens. And, that's a simple straight up. If he fights Dustin Poirier And if he beats Dustin Poirier, I'm sorry. Like, it's going to be hard to keep him out of a Khabib fight when you're talking about a potential April send-off next year, or maybe, you know, Khabib decides to do 2 more next year, whatever. I know he wants GSP. It's just going to be hard because, Luke, not only do you have the financial realities of that, knowing UFC, knowing what this means for them